Socialist. Ernesto Baroja, Independent. Manuel Castillo Delgado, Socialist. Juan Contreras Espinosa, Anarchist. Agustin Jimenez Gil, Republican Leftist. Federico Garcia Lorca, Poet?
Poet?
That's correct, General.
Who wrote this?
I did, General.
You wrote poet?
That's correct, General. That's what he told me every time I asked him.
Go get el hijo de puta.
He's not here, General. They've already taken him.
Who's there? Who's there?
Your childhood, now a legend of fountains.
The train and the woman who fills the sky.
The silence of derailed trains.
The absence of your mouth.
The dream of your presence.
The violent attack of the moon.
What was that? Don't let them gag me. Don't let them gag me.
Stop the little stream of blood.
Oh, just a slash in the cheek, nothing more. Nothing more. You're full of blood. I just want to sleep a little.
The sleep of apples.
The sleep of that child that wanted to cut his heart at sleep.
What was that sound? Where's it coming from?
Just the doors closing.
The doors. What is this place? Who are you?
The higher agents of your being.
You mean... I think there's been a mistake.
No, there hasn't been a mistake.
Of course. Pardon me. Maybe you don't know who I am. I was just thrown in here. I haven't even introduced myself yet. I'm Federico Garcia Lorca. I am a poet. And may I ask who you are?
I am Federico Garcia Lorca, and he
I
is...
am Federico Garcia Lorca.
I am Federico Garcia Lorca.
I am Federico Garcia Lorca.
She is Federico Garcia Lorca.
Caramba! I didn't know there were so many of me. Well, who's the real Federico? Will the real Federico step forward? I see. I ought to step forward too, no? Like a little dance, isn't it? I'm full of blood. I'm sorry. I'm just... I apologize. All of a sudden, I feel... I've forgotten. I must be somewhere. Please, tell me, what is this place? Who brought me here?
Well, the gypsies did.
The gypsies.
They brought you on a green horse in a green wind.
Where are they now?
They left on a green horse in a green wind, and they left behind a green wave of dust.
Is there any way? Please, is it possible? Call them back! It's been a mistake. I'm only wounded, you see. Let them know that I haven't died. A wall of bad dreams separates me from the dead. It was all a dream. Look at me. The grass recognizes my steps, my breath. Look. The lemon tree recognizes me and sighs. It was all a dream. Call it back.
We can't call them back.
But I'll be running along. I know my way back. I know Granada. I can hold back.
You're not in Granada.
Then where am I?
The Lorca River.
The Lorca room?
Like the Bermuda room. The Goya room.
Like a museum. You should have told me.
Well, if you want to use those terms.
Remind him of his death.
Versions of your death. One.
Everything is prepared.
The prisoner is being escorted by 2 guards.
There is blood on your face and in your hands. You are shoved into a truck.
The key to the ignition is turned and the truck begins to move.
A few kilometers away from Granada, the truck comes to a stop.
You are asked to walk 6 meters from the vehicle.
The truck lights shine on you.
You trying to say something? Guards! Shut up, Maricondo! Instead of shooting, I'll finish you with a knife.
A gunshot.
Guards, understand that by taking a person.
Shut up, you faggot!
Second shot. Third shot.
I want out! I want out!
There is no way out, Federico. There is no way out.
Why are you doing this? Why are you playing with my mind? Are there no angels here?
Angels.
Angels fly over men's heads, not here.
So what kind of place is this?
You'll be in this room for 40 days.
40 days. Quarantine?
Quarantine, my dear poet.
Are you treating me like an animal, or do you suspect me of carrying some infectious disease?
Nothing of the sort.
The gypsies brought you here and we're following their instructions.
After a person dies, they...
Senor, be a little more discreet. I'm not dead. I'm only wounded.
According to some gypsy and Islamic beliefs, after a person dies, they are given a dream body for 40 days.
With a dream body, you can wander about and meditate on your life.
This is a dream body? You call this a dream body with blood on my shirt?
Give him your green dress.
What is that music? I remember that music.
When you were a little boy, you used to spend hours looking at yourself in the mirror, trying on your mother's combs and lentillas. You'd lean over and kiss your reflection in the mirror and whisper the words. Why didn't you come to my window last night, my love?
How do you know these things?
The exact time you said, I dreamed of kissing your eyebrows and hands to the balustrades.
The more I listen to you, the more I think that Dali is behind all this. Where is he? Tell him to come out. For a moment, I was falling for him. Dali, come out! Ah, it's magnificent. The whole room is surreal. He had told me about these rooms, and inside you install a surreal world. Paranoid reality. He's done this for me, hasn't he? He told me that in the future there would be museums in the desert where artists could recreate worlds. It's magnificent, Dali. You created a stage. Bravo! Bravo! Come out, let me see you. Hug you.
Remind him of his death.
Versions of your death.
Versions of your death, too.
The truck stops on the side of the road. The poet walks in front of the truck, his back facing the truck lights.
There was no move.
The poet walked in a straight line. He turned around and said something.
No, a white light came out of his mouth.
A gunshot! A second gunshot! Another gunshot!
everything a little bit more clear now, Senor Cuenca? Let's go over some of the symptoms you'll experience after death. 1. Momentary relapses of life will be expected.
A. You will feel a rush of blood. B. You will see mirages or experience optical illusions. C.
You will feel unbearable urges.
2. Ghost pains would be expected.
A. You will feel pain where the bullets pierced your body. B.
You might even have the sensation of bleeding.
In time, you will learn to recognize these symptoms as figments of your imagination.
You will get used to walking without a shadow.
You will have the sensation of having a gray coat wrapped around your shoulders. This would only be the weight of your light gone dark.
Stop it! You're working the slithering worms and green flies that surround death! Get me out of this thing! Give it back! You're like a pack of rabid dogs gnawing at my flesh. How do I get out of here? Get me out of here!
We told you there's no way out!
I know where I am. I know who you are. You're the same guards. The ones who spat in my face. The ones who wanted to crush my head and pull out my brains. I know who you are. The ones who asked questions. The ones who wanted to get inside me. Haven't you heard me enough? What do you want from me? What do you want?
We don't want anything from you, Federico.
The task behind the Lorca room is for you to come to terms with your perished existence, so that you can ascend to another level. Here we have classified moments of your life and archived them into specific categories, but not before each moment is carefully examined by the microscopic eyes and keen sensibilities of our experts. Here, in the Lorca room, we have restored some of your memories. There are moments in life in which recollections start to wither. Memories can no longer reveal what they have witnessed and start to fade. In your case, we've been able to identify 3 types of memories. The first kind tends to fade like photographs. It seeps inward as if it wants to bury itself in a void. Who wants to play the part of the poet in the memory?
I do.
Then let's give him an example.
I play Raphael. You love Federico.
Roll memory!
Rolling memory! Take 1.
There you are in Granada, after the opening of your play Yerma. Next to you is Rafael Rodriguez Rapun. Your love. You've been drinking wine.
I want to get away from the theater reporters. Let's go to Cadiz for a few days. Just the 2 of us. Let's spend a few days together, close to the sea.
That's not possible. Not now.
But we're free. The show is a success.
My father questioned me about you. He asked about certain rumors he's heard.
What rumors?
I had to tell him that you loved women. That everything else they say about you comes from evil tongues. I assured him it was all a lie.
It never stops, does it? I feel like running to the top of the hill and shouting out to the world.
Then you'll never stop shouting.
I'd never stop. Even in my silence.
And memory.
And memory!
The second type is the kind that stays full of color when you were young and full of life. Who wants to play the part of the poet? And who wants to play the parts of the painter Salvador Dali and his sister?
I will.
I'll play Dali's sister.
Then let's begin. Roll memory.
Rolling memory!
There's the painter Salvador Dali, sitting next to you, facing the sea.
There is Ana Maria Dali with a parasol.
You're mad.
Close your eyes.
No, you're mad.
Do as I say.
Fine.
Now, open your eyes and look see how the image gradually disappears, how it changes and transforms into another image.
Incredible.
Hallucinogenic.
Yes.
A paranoid reality. This is what I'm after. The transcription of reveries. Anna Maria, stand there. Look at Anna Maria by the edge of the sea. Imagine an open doorway on her back, and through that doorway, you can see the sea. Or imagine a portrait of her face, and closer her eyebrows, without any anatomical modification, another inch. 1,000 snails!
Why do they have to be snails?
Because they have to be snails.
Why not 1,000 rose petals?
And why not 1,000 worms? A whole paranoid delirium. Images on top of other images. Layers of details, as if seen through a mirage, a languid and melting dream.
Then poems ought to be read this way. And lovers should love in the same way.
Are you saying lovers should melt into one?
Yes. And we should love in an infinite continuum. On the first layer of skin of the beloved, we should find a sea of moons. On the second skin, a forest of trees and a fish swimming. We should love and see art the same way we see dreams. Like a continuous road without intersections or end.
So the beloved becomes more than a body.
More than a beating heart.
Sensory phenomena. And then all reality dies in love, as it does in a dream. Bravo! I don't like all of the applause, but I do. Gracias. And now, my dear sister and friend Federico, we have just seduced reality and the world is surreal.
Ah, yes, I'm in love with a chair.
And I'm in love with my parasol.
And I'm in love with a black telephone. And we are all seduced by a surreal paranoia.
Oh, love, surreal!
In that case, let's have this aunt be a priest and let's have a wedding.
In memory. This is the life that was taken from you, Federico. The third time the memory is behind it.
I don't want to know.
Recess! Take 10 minutes.
Finally, my feet hurt. Oh, there. That's the problem with Spanish shoes. They're hard, as if they're made from bull hide. Bernardino, how's it going?
I have no clue. I'm in a quandary.
It's always like this. You'll get accustomed to it after a few days. As they say back in Spain, a lot more was lost when we lost Cuba.
I just want to know when the torture will stop.
Torture? Listen to you. When a baby is born, the child must cry as a sign of accepting existence. If the baby doesn't cry, you have to give him a little spank to see if he has accepted reality. It's the same here. You have to wake up from the dream of life.
Don't take me for a fool. I know I'm not dreaming.
And when are you going to learn that not dying is not the same as being alive?
If all of this is true, why don't I remember who closed my eyes? Why don't I remember who leaned over my chest to hear the silence of my heart? Or did somebody forget to close my eyes? It's nothing worse than a dead man with open eyes. No, mustn't think of these things. Because death breeds death, I must keep account of what's being taken from me. Because death means submission and acceptance, I mustn't lose judgment. Because death is exact, I mustn't lose precision. Because death is mischievous. I mustn't trust the moon playing hopscotch. La vida. La vida. I'm still alive. It's a dream. It's all a dream. I've entered a play. This is a play. I'm writing about death like before, and I've entered the writing. Life is shouting delusions and words, and that's what it is. I have to think of the world when I was full of life. There by the sea, by the shore of the sea, Ali, Alegria. And you, boy with the bicycle pants, you look young. How do you spend your time here?
I work. I'm in charge of the files that have to do with your childhood. I'm in charge of the files that have to do with your dreams.
My dreams.
Yes, I place your dreams in vellum papers like butterflies.
And how did you get a hold of my dreams?
A man on a green horse was in charge of delivering them every morning just before dawn. We have photographic negatives of all your dreams. We have drawers full.
And how come you are responsible for handling my dreams?
Because you dreamed the most when you were a boy.
How else do you spend your time?
Oh, I have my hands full. You have enough dreams to keep a person busy for 1,000 years.
And do you ever feel the desire to run away from this place?
I do.
And what do you do when that happens?
I sit and watch one of your dreams. The one where your family's having a picnic. Your mother and brother Francisco are eating a little black moon. Your father is smoking a cigar, enjoying the crepuscular light. Your sister is playing with a doll. And you are running with a white balloon around the green olive trees.
That's enough. It's like watching a bird fly with torn wings.
What happened, senor? Those were good dreams.
They were. Like green apples and grass. And in that place, is there a way of entering the realm of dreams? Could I enter the dreams of my mother or my father?
It's possible. That's usually done when the dreamer who is a part of the world requests it, and the dreamer has to pray. Oh, it's a long process. It involves long periods of vigil and supplication.
And what about the opposite? Must the dreamer always make a request? Can I request to be an apparition in a dreamer's orbit?
There have been cases in which special permissions have been granted, and these have been issued to the departed souls who have had accidental deaths and want to communicate with the world of the living.
And how can I do it? How can you help me?
You would have to fill out a requisition, and it takes a few days, sometimes more than a week.
And can you speed up the process?
You haven't even accepted your own death.
No!
Lower your voice.
I'm sorry. It's my mind. Sometimes I go in and out of reality. I forget that this is a dream, and I have to speak softly.
What do you mean?
Please, I feel as if I've gone through an explosion. Listen to me. There are things that I must communicate while I still have time, while I still have some blood left in me.
Let go!
I know you can help me. Can you do this for me? Through one of these dreams, can you help me communicate with the world?
Recess is over.
Please
Control yourself. We must get back.
Resumption!
Resumption!
Resumption, Senor Poeta.
Señores, solo una palabra, one word. You are ridiculing me. And to ridicule a person's life is an aberration. My life is not a puppet play. I'm not a puppet.
It's all what you make of it, Federico. Death plays death in this room, absence plays absence, and you must play your part too.
What is my part, may I ask?
What is his part, he asks. We have a problem, cast. The protagonist doesn't know his part.
Maybe we should go over the parts that we are playing. I am playing Federico Garcia Lorca in a white suit. The poet, the dramatist, the outspoken politician.
I play Federico Garcia Lorca as a woman, the muse, all of the women in his plays, and the voice of the other half of the poet.
I play Federico Garcia Lorca in a green dress. I play dark love, the poet's secrets and desire.
I play Federico Garcia Lorca in bicycle pants. All the dreams and the childhood of the poet.
And she plays?
Federico Garcia Lorca,
Dark sound.
the death-seeking spirit.
El Duende.
And we are the impresarios of this company. We run the show. We play the producers, the guards, the killers, the extras. All of us play the extras. And guess who you play, Federico? The moon? Oh no, you played the moon before. Here, you play the dead poet. Gypsy commentaries on the death of the poet?
Gypsy commentaries on the death of the poet.
Gypsies are like snails that clean the bottoms of rivers.
You beast! They are the true soul of the country.
Political position of the poet.
Political position of the poet!
Next.
Oh, is it my time to sing in court? A little song to remind the poet
Why he was killed in the Civil War.
nation without king. This cannot be. The liberals take over the land, the socialists with their plan. How can it be? They call it a republic, the communists made it public. This cannot be. So Franco goes uphill with his rifle and quadrille. How can it be? They call it war in Spain and there's nothing to explain. How can it be? How can it be? The Russians come to fight, Americans keep their plight. This cannot be. And Lolita at the bar drinking bourbons in this war. How can it be? Her red lips are much darker than the cape of a bullfighter. This cannot be. And the fascists with the boom leave her pallid like the moon. How can it be? So put away your reds, the summer always ends. How can it be? They call it war in Spain and there's nothing to explain. This cannot be. This cannot be. Bing pun.
Every time I hear that song, I get goosebumps. Poor Lolita, killed for wearing red lipstick during the war.
Who will play Federico Garcia Lorca in court?
I will.
Federico Garcia Lorca, do you wear red lipstick like Lolita? Are you a Marxist?
I'm for the people. Workers, women, shoemakers, bakers, children. I never belonged to any political party.
Objection, irrelevant!
Objection sustained.
Will the court instruct the defendants to answer the question?
Answer the question yes or no.
I can answer the question.
Oh.
No, I'm not a communist.
Thank you, Federico.
I have here you were invited to the Intellectual Alliance for Cultural Defense. This was an anti-fascist international organization. The event was a pro-Soviet tribute to Maxim Gorky, who had died just 2 weeks before.
I didn't go. I turned down the invitation.
Why then? At 5 o'clock when you thought of the event, did you think of Gorky? Then your mind wandered to Chekhov. Why Chekhov?
Because whenever I thought of Russia, I thought of Chekhov and not Gorky.
Then, at 5:01, you forgot on the whole event, but you thought of Raphael Alberti, a communist, Ricardo Baeza, a communist, Maria Teresa Mayor, another communist! Why?
I knew they would be at the event. They'd organized the whole thing. They wanted me to join the Communist Party. I knew the event had nothing to do with Gorky. It was all propaganda.
Interesting. Very interesting. Didn't you sign a telegram that was sent to the Russian government?
I can answer the question. Of course I signed the telegram. A great artist had just died. I wanted to pay my condolences to the Russian people.
Objection!
Sustained.
You also signed a telegram that the communist magazine Sakorno Rojo published on the 1st of May to all the workers of Spain.
I'm for the people, senores, but I don't belong to any political party.
Smells like the color of red lipstick to me.
And this other magazine, tell us about October, Revolutionary Artists and Writers.
It was started by Alberti and his wife. They had been to Berlin and had seen what was happening there. They had seen with their own eyes the burning of the Reichstag. What Hitler was doing in that country. They wanted to denounce all of it. They wanted to alert the people of the evil they had witnessed.
So it's an anti-fascist magazine. Your name appears on the list of signatories.
Well, I was seeing the hundreds of Jews that were arriving in Madrid every day. Every time I went to Madrid to do a play, there were more Jewish refugees.
And does this further explain your photo in the communist paper?
I'm not responsible for any photos, senores. I'm not a photographer. The photo was taken of me.
But you can take responsibility for the exact place you were when the photo was taken. you are with open arms reciting a poem next to Brazilian communist Luis Carlos Prestes during a solidarity demonstration.
I recited a poem at the event in support of the workers, the people.
Well, it certainly makes a bread.
Yes.
The poet died from 3 gunshots. 1 bullet pierced his right lung. 2 bullets pierced the buttocks area. As one of his killers said, we shot him right in the ass the way you shoot a communist faggot. Is your death a little more clear now, Senor Cueca? Are you prepared to accept your present existence? Silence is good, Federico. It means the bullets hit the right spot.
Well, a little scene from his childhood to brighten things a bit.
Scenes from his youth. Give him a taste, hombre.
Roll scenes from the poet's life.
Your life as a little boy.
Verde que te quiero verde.
Verde que te quiero verde. Green as I would have you be.
Verde que te quiero verde. Verde viento, verde rama, el barco sobre la
You
mar.
appeared as a child, given birth to by the moon, placed in this green nest of Granada, where you drank milk from the fountains of Alhambra, and the gypsies sing green lullabies. Verde que te quiero verde, green as I would have you be.
You come bathed in green blood, green river water, green air, green light. You lie in wait as if in a green ambush until someone whispers your green name. Federico.
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 It's not long before your mother, the moon, comes back.
She enters through the window like a thief.
You taste in her milk, a green desire,
I yearn for an obscure green.
green eyebrows,
Green hands.
a green waist, a green gaze.
Ay, vida, que vida. Que verde era tu puta vida.
1/5 of June, we give you a piano.
I remember the piano. I remember the room where the piano was placed. The piano was here. And not far from the piano was a rocking chair in which my sister Conchita used to sit and listen to me play. There was a song I used to sing. La señorita del abanico va por el puente del fresco río. La señorita del abanico va por el puente del fresco río.
Are you missing something?
He's had enough for today. Let him rest.
Let him rest, hombre.
All right. Workday's come to an end.
Workday is over.
Young man,
I can't talk right now.
But the dreams.
Whatever it is, I can't.
Just tell me if it can be done.
No, there are risks involved.
What's the worst that could
I
happen?
could lose my points.
Points? Points for what?
I gotta go. I gotta go.
What do you want from that boy, Federico?
Nothing. I was just...
You can forget about fishing stars from his hair.
I just wanted to know more about this place.
Is that all you want from that boy?
You are clever. What do you know about these points he's talking about?
Points. To reach to a higher level. Ascension.
Does that mean that he's...
Yes.
Does that mean that all of you are dead?
We don't use that word around here. Retired from life we use.
Then how did you
Retire. The bullet hit me right here.
I see.
The end is a terrible thing. It's placed in our lives from the moment we are born, but we learn not to recognize it.
And this room?
Just see it as a place to organize the life you left behind. It's like a passport office, where they fix your papers so you can get your visa and send to another level.
So it's like purgatory.
No. More civilized, less religious.
Does this mean that a room has been created for every person that's died?
Are you kidding? Do you realize how many people are being killed every day in this war?
And how come I get to have a room?
Because the control station recognizes that you are a poet, and all souls are rewarded or corrected as they merit. Poets revive life, my dear. Every time you write, you make us see the world in a new way. So you revive life. That is why you were high on the list. As for people like me, who didn't do much in life, I'm number 2035 on the list. So what can I do? Now I'm an actor, working in the Lorca room so I can get points and speed up the process. Oh, there, if I had known this before, I would have put on my skates in life.
I want you to teach me all the rules of this place. I want to know if there's a way out of here.
Well, you'd have to break the quarantine.
Break quarantine. Leave before the 40 days are up.
Sure, as simple as that. But do you want to become a ghost? A Dybbuk? That's what some do when they can't go along with the rules of this place. They become walking dead men. Rude ghosts that walk through walls and enter houses without announcing themselves. If I were able to go back to life, I wouldn't want to be a little wisp of smoke. I want to have lots of flesh. And black hair, brown eyes, thick lips. Here. Drink.
Anything to go back, my friend.
Take this. Smell this liquor.
Can one drink here?
No.
And how?
Easy. The man who delivers the dreams likes me. I do him some favors. I help him remember his wife, and he pays me with this. Here. Oh, don't imbibe. Just smell the spirits.
Whiskey?
Yes. Like expensive perfume.
Strong.
Not too much, a little goes a long way.
Good.
La vida.
See. La vida.
Take another whiff. We both have a lot to drink to.
I never thought that I'd be inhaling whiskey in purgatory.
Well, I know it wasn't an easy life for you.
You can say that again.
I know it wasn't an easy life for you. Many broken nights.
Broken nights.
Yes. Men that you loved. Salvador Dali, Emilio Alegre, and the other one, Raccoon. Many nights in which they could have touched you as a man.
I guess there's nowhere to hide in this place. Might as well nail myself to the wall like a painting.
I'm sorry.
Here.
Forget I said anything.
I've been humble all my life, but I always felt I deserved to be loved.
Well, don't be sad. It's all behind you now. Think of the good times. That's what keeps me going. Tell me about the happiest moments in your life.
Being by the sea with Dali and his sister, visiting the two of them in Caracas, we would spend endless hours by the shore of the sea. It was so blue. And the two of them made it even bluer.
What happened between you and Dali?
Why do you ask?
Rumor has it that...
If he ever came close to me, it was to make love to my mind.
My. Your head. Well, he's certainly strange. I guess Dali would do something like that. Was his sister anything like him?
She was pure, like water. There were moments I could have loved her.
Now you're confusing me.
She understood me. Women always understood me better.
Well, understand is one thing. My mother was the only one who understood me, but that doesn't mean that...
It just would have been so much easier in the world if I could have loved a woman.
The world. It always comes down to the world. Look at it now. Tested with bullets. Gets worse every day, doesn't it? Will the killings ever stop?
No! The fascists have taken over. They want to scalp the soul of this country, and nothing will stop them. They enter people's houses in the middle of the night. They take them away without any warning. And if they refuse to go, they shoot them in front of their mothers.
Oh, come on, Ray. What did they tell you when you were arrested?
They said that my pen was worse than poison. They accused me of being a communist.
Weren't you awake?
No.
I was. Red as a lobster. People call me Carmen La Langosta. I used to live under a bridge with my mother. I made money dancing. I had a poodle that I trained to dance flamenco. His name was Enrique. He was a part of my act. When the guards attacked me, they killed the poor thing. It took one day. Right here, with the rifle. And poor Enrique was gone. Every time I think I could. Every time.
Criminals.
Bastards, that's what.
How could they kill an innocent creature?
They're scum, animals with rifles. They are the faggots who powder their faces with gunpowder. Rabid dogs! May their hands rot from gangrene.
Their tongues!
Their lips.
Their throats!
May their livers burst with bile, and may the bile enter every part of their body until they can taste their own bitter gulping gas in the same substance that festers their souls, and may their eyes burst out of their sockets, and may they cry tears of blood! Woo!
Is it a dream? Is it? sang it in New York. I remember I was at a party and there was no music. And I thought to myself, what kind of a party is this? In Spain, when there's a celebration, people sing and dance like they do in Harlem. So I went to the piano and I started singing this song. La tenemos del gobierno del mundo y sus monarquías, mientras gobiernan los días, mantequillas y invierno, y las maneras de invierno nada cara y corriente, y ríase la gente. Quiero más ahora morfía que abrazador viente. Iríase la gente. Iríase la gente. Sometimes I still feel life, like a handful of wind I've stolen from the world and placed in my pocket. That's when I know I must go back and return this little pocket of life.
What is going on here? Resumption.
Resumption!
What is going on?
Reporting the progress of the poet.
Oh, I can see his progression. And how is he progressing?
Not much progress, senor.
He goes in and out of reality.
Sometimes he thinks he's alive, other times he faces the truth.
That's to be expected.
An elusive heart pulse still detected.
Green fog in his eyes.
Green landscape detected in the retina.
Repeat death sequence.
Truck stop.
Communist!
Homosexual!
No move!
Bullet!
Civil guard!
Bullet!
Civil guard!
Maricon!
Bullet!
No moon.
Well, Federico,
Your act seems a little repetitive for my taste. And I'm a Spaniard, and all Spaniards have a fondness for death.
then why don't you write your own end sketch, my dear poet?
That sounds like a brilliant idea. What kind of ending would you write?
Oh, I'd like to play a tragic death.
But that's not the way a poet dies.
And how does a poet die?
A poet should die pricked by a rose thorn.
No, a poet should die like this, drowned by words. Amanecer, a gasp. Niebla, another gasp. Penumbra, 3 gasps, y volar, adios, the levity of flight.
Now that's poetic.
Well, should we give you pen and paper, Federico?
Would the players care to enact a death that doesn't end, but a death that remains? A death that stays alive in the people's minds. A kind that won't let the criminals sleep. A type that enters a house and shouts like a child. Death that washes your face in the morning when your killers look in the mirror.
My dear senor, on this particular plane of existence, we correct inner conflicts. The wrestling of worldly impulses. We are not interested in carnal justice.
Then I'm afraid I will have to break this quarantine you are subjecting me to.
Why quit now, Federico? You only have 37 more days left. We will help you get through it. We are sculptors of desire. At the end of the 40 days in this room, you will find yourself in a state of submission, transformed from being desirous to yourself desiring. The consummation of your soul will have the same geometry as the imposing sublime Alhambra.
Don't quit, Federico.
Take my word. Don't do it.
Take this opportunity and make use of what this place has to offer you.
You can visit Buenos Aires again without leaving the local room.
You can visit Havana without having to cross the Atlantic.
How about New York?
No.
Why not?
He never found what he was looking for in New York.
And what was he looking for?
He was looking for an escape.
Isn't everyone trying to escape something in New York?
I imagine everyone's trying to escape the cement.
And what was the poet escaping from?
I was trying my luck.
He was escaping the embers of two eyes.
Senores, por favor, it was difficult enough living through it once.
Is this the way he embarked the ship to New York?
Yes. Listless and crippled. With a suitcase of dead love.
And who was the dead one?
The sculptor, Emilio Aldrin, who did away with the poet's heart.
And what else was the poet escaping from?
He was running away from the moon.
Luna.
He was escaping the gypsies.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he called the poet of the gypsies?
He was escaping from what Dali and Buñuel said of his gypsy ballads. Folkloric and stereotypical, they said.
And what else was he running away from?
He was running away from his color green.
And what did he see in the color green?
Desire until death.
Well, that is a lot to be running away from. And that's the life you want to go back to? Poet in New York, by Federico Garcia Lorca. Sail. Sail back to your past, Federico.
Sail. Sail toward the army of uneven points.
Sail. Sail. Because there are ships that want to be seen in order to sink in peace.
Sail toward a pulverized landscape of ambush. And the moon.
Y la luna.
The moon, with a smoking glove, sitting by a doorway of its wreckage.
The arrival.
The Spanish poet arrives in New York.
Aquí estás en Nueva York.
We feel content and full of joy.
But I've seen how things that seek their way find their void instead.
The days of the poet in New York.
You get up early, study English, then go to class. You eat at Columbia University, then go back to your dorm, get freshened up, and sit down to study your English lessons. At 7 o'clock, you eat dinner and go out for a walk. In Harlem, where there is human warmth and the noise of children, where sorrow finds consolation.
And the weight of dead love in your suitcase.
And love, the sea's childhood, midnight tears and torn cloth. Your love's voice from before.
Your love's voice from before, when all the roses gushed from your tongue.
Your love's voice from before, and your tears on the shores of a horse's eye that never reaches the sea.
Love when your lips turned silver.
Love amidst the shivering of knives and dynamite of melons.
This was your life, Federico. Look at it.
Crowds of howls and gestures point you out. The faggot! He's one too.
I know the best secret way to use an old rusty pin, my poet. A pin that dives until it finds the roots of a screen. I know the best secret way to use an old rusty pin, my love.
Yes. For a long time, he loved the boy. And he lived inside a knife for 100 years. Right hand with left hand with right hand, sole of the foot with left cheek, moon with a sleeping shoulder, defying the law of gravity. But, like the ruined wheat fields, he withered into nothing. For the sake of brief, aimless dreams.
That's enough. I'll let you graze on my face, blue horse of my insanity. I denounce everyone who ignores the other hand.
You walk through the streets of the city. Everywhere you turn, you are a foreigner surrounded by cement dunes of buildings.
Rust.
Fermentation.
Mountains of cement.
Millionaires with blue teeth.
The cruel silence of money.
Every day in New York, they slaughter 1 million cows.
1 million lambs.
The Hudson gets drunk on oil.
The birds covered in ash.
Light is covered under chains and noises.
Waiters, cooks, clean with their tongues the wounds of millionaires.
There is no other way, my son. Vomit.
They say you can't get used to the city.
They say your sorrow bleeds in the afternoons.
They say at night your heart takes the shape of a shoe and you walk all the way back to Granada.
And what were you looking for?
The moon descends from the sky to console you.
El mundo solo por el cielo solo. He pasado toda la noche en los andamios de los arrabales. I come since no one was looking in the sky could direct. I arrive at the arid night and a wooden wind from the south carrying tusks, sunflowers, alphabets, and roses that wound. I come because there is nowhere one to serve the bread or the wine, or plant grass in the mouths of the dead. Give me your moon glove, your other glove of grass, my love.
They found out that love is in the thirst that tears the flesh.
You learned that love is in the sewers, where the serpents squirm from hunger.
In the sad sea where the bones of gulls drift.
And in the obscure kiss, piercing beneath the pillows.
He discovered the pain that accompanies death is a tiny, infinite burn.
The same will happen if you go back to life.
Bravo! Bravo. Next time, choose a moment that is...
Less tragic? Your life was tragic, Federico.
Thank you, Senor Impresario. Tomorrow I shall break quarantine.
Break quarantine? Players, correct me if I'm wrong, but did the poet just say he still intends to leave the room before his 40 days are up?
That's correct, you heard me.
Oh, no. You don't want to do that.
Well, besides being confused, the poet remains in a stubborn condition. Has anyone told him what his options are if he were to return to life?
I have.
And did you give him a summary of what it's like to wander through life as a dead man, a ghost?
I'm sure I'll do well about it.
I give you less than 3 days and you'll be back knocking on our doors.
Farewell, Federico. We'll keep an eye on you from this side. May God be with you.
Adios.
Federico, don't go back. You will feel like a stranger in the world. Even in familiar places, you will feel like an outsider. Why not be more patient?
It's the month of March. Wait for September. Adios, amigo. You could have helped me, but you didn't.
Federico, you are a word dreamer. A dreamer dreams the world and the world dreams him. When Spain began to dream you, someone decided to put a stop to that dream. Federico, understand it's important that we maintain lines and borders.
Then you shouldn't be handling dreams. Adios.
Adios.
On the third day, you are given a transparent appearance
Silent-soled shoes.
and a passport without a picture to remind you of your perished existence.
Your eyes are covered to cross the symmetrical lines that separate the city of the dead.
You are given a guide.
El Duende. On the third day, the return begins.
There you are, in a war-torn country, amongst the life-takers.
Amongst the bullets,
Amongst the wreckers.
The intruders,
the excluded,
The heartbreakers.
the heartbroken,
the ignorant,
The sodomites.
and the tailor, forced to mend a bullet hole.
you reach your street. You examine your emotions for signs of despair, finding yourself in front of your house, in front of your mother.
Mamá, aquí estoy. Mamá, soy yo, Federico, tu hijo, tu hijo. Mamá, don't you recognize me? Can't you hear me? Or have you lost your hearing? What did they do to you? Mamá, madre. Pregúntame, you ask for me. Papá, padre, it's me, Federico. What have they done to Mama? Who has mixed silence and sand and cemented her voice? Papá, padre. I ask him if they've done the same to him. Ask him if they've sewn and shut his mouth like they did to Mama. Ask him. My sister Conchita, look into my eyes. Have they made you a citizen of the silence? My brother, Paquito, have they done the same to you? Have they circumcised your voice like they did the rest? Papa, háblame, tú. Háblame, speak before they pronounce the death penalty in words. Speak to me, Mama. Through your reflection, through your mantilla, through your comb, but talk. Talk. Ay, silencio. Why is this silence so loud? Go. You can go. You can go now. I don't need a guide or a cane. I know my way to my own hell. You can go. sit in places I've known.
Camina, Federico.
Camina, in your house there is only silence.
Camina, go far away, Federico. And don't stop. Don't turn.
Forget the stench of war.
Don't look at the guards.
Traitors.
Don't look at them.
Faggots.
Pick your battles, Federico.
Don't look at the fascists.
Don't look at the fascists. Don't look at the fascists. I don't look at them. The ones who have colored their cheeks with innocent blood.
Vamos, Camina.
Remember your words, your art.
Remember your whole life.
Remember what you left behind.
Remember the theater, the applause.
Buenos Aires, Madrid, Barcelona, Havana.
Y ahora, señoras y señores, Federico García Lorca y nuestro Buenos Aires.
Gracias por los aplausos.
Everybody's talking about your Buenos Aires. Blood Wedding is a hit.
Blood Running is a triumph in Buenos Aires.
Everybody is talking about you. Federico, the audience wants you to come out again.
Can we take a picture, Federico?
Yerba is a success in Barcelona, Federico. Congratulations.
I never remember such enthusiasm, not even in Buenos Aires.
After every act, the audience wants you to come out on the stage.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
Federico, the audience is calling you back.
Federico, go up on the stage.
Gracias.
Federico, the audience is calling you back.
Open the truck's door.
Gracias.
Let him walk in front of the truck.
Gracias a todos.
There, arms.
Gracias.
Now shoot! Shoot!
Blanca y pura luz hay en mi canto. Sol, canela y miel hay en mi pecho. Blanca y pura luz hay en mi canto, flor y verde mar en mi quimera. Que se levante, hay que asearse y se abran los ojitos de este sueño. Blanca y pura luz hay en mi canto, sol, canela y miel hay en mi pecho.
Blanca y pura luz hay en mi canto, flor y verde mar en mi quimera.
Que yo no quiero, haya más llanto, hay ni más flores, ni tampoco rezo.
Blanca y pura luz hay en mi canto, sol, canela y miel en mi quimera.
Blanca y pura luz hay en mi canto, flor y verde mar en mi quimera.
Blanca y pura luz hay en mi canto, sol, canela y miel hay en mi pecho. Blanca y pura luz hay en mi canto, sal y dulce miel en mi quimera.
Be not weak, Federico.
Que se despierte, ay, mi muertecito.
Be not daunted. Be brave and courageous.
Ay, que se despierte de este maleficio.
Don't fear light. Open your eyes.
Open your eyes. You exist the way your words exist.
Open your eyes.
Step by step, memory by memory, and out of the past emerges a man. And what is this man seeing? What is he seeing?
Everything. And nothing.
Where are you?
In a dream that awakened me.
Then go moment by moment, memory by memory.
I'm feeling weightless.
And before?
I'm rising from the floor.
And before?
I feel the pleasure of life leaving me, gushing from one of my sides.
Go further back.
The sea.
What sea?
Yes, me by the shore of the sea.
There is no sea in Granada.
I never saw Granada. I went away from Granada.
That's impossible.
In my mind, I did.
Where to?
After all the questions, after the interrogations,
What questions?
do you communicate with Russia? No, I'm not a communist. Do you communicate with Russia? No, I'm not a communist. Then what are you? I'm not a communist. Then what are you?
Where did you go after the interrogations?
I told you. I told you to the sea with Dali and Ana Maria.
That's not possible.
It was. It was in my mind when my life was gushing out.
What happened after the interrogations?
I sent a letter to Papa.
And what did the letter say?
It said,
What did it say?
Dear Papa,
Say it!
dear Papa, please give the bearer of this letter 2,000 pesetas.
Pesetas for what?
Get me out to bail me out of that hell.
What do you remember of that hell?
Dog, running with my life in its mouth.
What is that called?
Nothing. And everything.
And what is nothing and everything? Tell me.
No, I went to the sea. I thought of what I never got to have.
That's not what I'm asking. Name it once and for all.
Let him talk.
Let him talk. Hombre.
I remembered Dali and his sister. We were by the sea. They were there. It was my last image. Dali and his sister by the shore of the sea.
Federico.
Federico.
There I was, my body washed by the sea, my black hair combed back. This is what I was taking with me.
Why is it that I feel so happy when I'm around the sea? Why do I like being with the two of you so much?
Because you're like Anna Maria and me.
Oh. I want to know what you two do when I'm not here.
When you're not here, we're bored out of our minds.
Oh, when you're not here, we wake up in the morning without you. Without you. We look out the window without you. We gaze at the morning without you. Anna Maria combs her hair without you.
I say to Dali, buenos dias, without Federico.
Papa says, it's a good day without Federico.
The maid yells, I'm serving breakfast without Federico.
And we run to the dining room without Federico.
Papa says, can you pass me the butter without Federico? Dieta says, can you pass me the bread without Federico?
The maid says, we ought to buy more onions without Federico.
And we finish breakfast without Federico.
And I think to myself, another day by the sea without Federico.
One day, I want to sit and describe this place in a poem. Why does it feel like I've known you all my life?
Because when you're here, time stops. The world becomes fixed.
Oh, John Jerusalem, without lifeless peanut!
And does this lifeless peanut need me to give him life?
Oh, please do. Provide me life.
Let me give you life, you lifeless peanut.
Oh, I have life now. I can feel the ants crawling around me again. Oh, how good it is to have life!
Bravo! Bravo! Stay and live here forever, Federico?
Me or Senor Peanut?
I think she means Senor Peanut.
Of course. Everybody has a crush on Senor Peanut.
Oh, look! She brought you a starfish, Federico. You should have brought him a lobster.
Oh, you just died.
Oh, what? Are you going to make him starfish soup for dinner?
Yes, starfish soup for him, and rice mixed with nails and razor blades for you. I hate you. Oh.
Maria, come back! Don't pay attention to him! Maria! Maria! Dali! Dali! Maria! Maria! Dali! Ana Maria! Ana Maria! Ana Maria! Dali, are you there? Dali! Dali! Ana Maria! Dali! 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 Ana Maria! Dali? Oh, God.
Do you know where you are now?
Yes,
Where are you?
I'm no longer a part of the world.
Repeat.
I'm no longer a part of the world.
One more time.
I'm no longer a part of the world.
Good. Are you prepared to accept your present existence?
Yes.
Good. Are you prepared to ascend to another level?
Yes.
What do you want?
I want nothing.
What do you want?
I want nothing. I want nothing.
No desires?
Yes.
What is that?
The color green.
Clarify. No metaphors in this room.
It's the color of the beloved.
That's physical desire.
No. It has always been the face of God.
Then you are allowed. Any wishes?
One,
What is that?
to enter the landscape of dreams.
Whose dream?
My mother's and my father's dream. And the dreams of my sisters and my brother. España.
It is granted.
Close your eyes. To enter the landscape of dreams, we must go through the motions of association. If I tell you blue, you will tell me sky, so forth. Is that clear?
Yes.
España.
War, rape, blood, death. My birth, my death, my land.
Granada.
Black eyebrows, gypsies, and my buried moon.
Mama.
Milk, blood, human water. Vicenta Lorca.
Padre.
Precision, tree and human angel. Federico Garcia Rodriguez.
Your two sisters.
2 boxes of heaven.
Your brother.
dove with a horse's heart.
Be still and listen. Do you see the faces of those people you've mentioned?
Yes.
You're entering the vagaries of dreams now. What do you see?
Colors, faces, trees, blood.
Be not distracted. Enter the river.
I am.
Here, images take the forms of dreams. What do you see?
I'm riding a horse of black water.
And what do you see now?
I'm still riding a horse of black water.
Then go.
I'm riding a horse of black water. A few kilometers from Granada, the truck comes to a stop. I am asked to walk 6 meters from the truck. The truck lights shine on me. I walk in front of the truck. I count 5 moons. I walk in a straight line, and I remember that the bull has his orbit, and the bullfighter has his. And I must look at death with geometry, with measure, with the fundamental basis of a bullfight. A gunshot. Another gunshot. And another. I enter Granada on a horse of black water, and there beyond a night without God, I find the killers. I enter their houses. My horse takes the form of a dog that feeds on their sleep. I'm there next to their pillows like an actor after the applause, making nests with their wives' hair. Because to kill a man is to get to know him in the most intimate way. And every night of their lives, the killers must be resigned to undressing the body of the dead and contemplating the infinite little stream of blood. The gush of words that continues to flow from the ink of a green pen. Señoras y señores, before the night of theater descends, welcome to my legend of fountains. Words that moan. A story of an orange and a lemon. A dream of 13 boats. The voices of hammers singing. My microscopic moons. Here comes the grass. Green wind, green boughs. Let my play begin.
Udo